They've got their luggage, but no planes to board. More than 24 flights were cancelled and thousands of passengers left stranded on Saturday morning as pilots at Kenya Airways began a strike. It's one of Africa's biggest carriers. The government had urged the strike be called off. At Nairobi's Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, one of the continent's most important aviation hubs, passenger Lawrence Ndibo has just learnt that his flight for a business meeting has been cancelled.
They told me not to worry, you just come in as per scheduled time. I had even done an online check-in, but I come here, they give me this notice over here.
The Kenya Airline Pilots Association said Kenya Airways management had declined to listen to their proposals on how to resolve grievances over pensions and pay. Transport Minister Kipchumba Murkomen accused the pilots of throwing away the baby with the bathwater. Speaking on NTV on Saturday morning, he said around 10,000 passengers had been affected so far. If the situation continues, he added, the impact on sectors of the economy such as tourism would be severe. In a statement, Kenya Airways apologised to passengers. It said it would do its best to minimise the inconvenience, including rebookings onto alternative flights. Before the action, the airline had called the planned strike unlawful and warned it could jeopardise its recovery from the global health crisis. Kenya Airways has said it could lose 300 million shillings, or around $2.5 million per day.
Legal expert and public affairs commentator Wakili Martin Wren is joining us now to talk a little bit more about this. A very good evening to you and thank you so much for speaking to us. So if you could just give us an update on the strike, is it ongoing?
Good evening, Africa. Yes, the strike is ongoing. It started today at 6 a.m. Up to now, the strike is on.
And just in terms of what we've said, the number of flights that have been affected, cargo and passenger flights respectively, I believe, how deep is the impact?
The impact is severe. As per now, we are told, we are informed, over 10,000 passengers are stranded and have missed their flights across Africa and parts of Europe and America. Yes.
Let's delve into what brought us to this point, the concerns of the pilots. What do you understand? Can you please unpack that for us, please?
The pilots had issued a 14 days notice, which lapsed. That's why they carried on with their strike. They demanded pension. They are also demanding their grievances to be accommodated by the management. We are informed that the management has failed to accommodate their grievances, including their subscription of a pension scheme. Yes.
So how does it compare to other airlines? Is it any different from what other airlines get? Because this is what we want to understand. Management says workers, as in pilots, are throwing the baby out with the bathwater, but if there's no contribution to pension, I'd imagine that the pilots would feel like there is no baby to speak of.
It's not yet clear. We don't have clear information about the pension scheme or how much they're supposed to pay. But as per now, the government has come in and they're trying to do some dialogues to resolve the matter, so as for the flights to resume.
Okay. What other concerns are there?
Sorry?
What other concerns are there?
The concerns that are there, a lot of passengers are stranded, and this may bring a bad image to the airline, which has been struggling. So the government has come in through the new Cabinet Secretary, who is Honorable Kipchumba Murkomen, and they are trying to dialogue for the resumption of the flights across.
Okay, the estimations put the impact at about 100,000 passengers, and I'd imagine for an industry that was already struggling because of tourism, the impact could be quite damaging. How long is the strike anticipated to go on for?
We are talking of about 2.5 million USD per day. And we don't expect the strike to go on. The government is doing all it can for the flights to resume immediately. The issue of pension, I don't think is a big deal, and the pilots should resume.
Okay, so
Yes.
You say at the two parties, do you know when they're meeting to resolve the dispute? When next?
There was a meeting yesterday. Today there was also some meetings. We are expecting some more meetings tomorrow, and we are hopeful the settlement will be settled and everyone will go back to work as scheduled.
Should that not happen, what could be the impact on the industry?
We are just from the corona pandemic, and things are not that good, but things have started to pick. Like tourism industry and this, and we are approaching the festive, whereby there are a lot of movements at local airlines, regional and international. So we expect the government to come in and settle the matter amicably as soon as possible.
All right, thank you so much for speaking to us. That there is Wakili Martin Wren. He's a legal expert and public affairs commentator.